In proof number 39, I'll start as always by marking what I know. I know that QD is congruent to UA, and I know that angle QDA, this entire angle, is congruent to UAD, this entire angle. Try to look at it as the entire angle, not the two pieces that are congruent. And then my goal is to prove that angle DQA, just this angle up here, is congruent to AUD, this angle up here. So to start with, what I see are the two triangles that are overlapping, DUA, which would be this triangle, so DUA, and triangle DQA, so DQA, so Q, D, and A. And all the pieces that I have so far is I have QD and angle QDA, I have UA and angle UAD, and the two angles that I'm looking for are in fact in those two triangles. So what I'm looking for is a way to prove that they are congruent, so I can say that the angles match up by CP/CTC. And when I look a little bit closer, I see why it is important that they overlap. This segment of DA is in both triangles, so this DA is congruent to this DA because of the reflexive property, and I have a side-angle-side relationship, which means the other two angles are going to be congruent by CP/CTC. So now I need to write what I had marked. Most of what I had marked was given to me, so QD is congruent to UA, and angle QDA is congruent to angle UAD because it was given. And then really the next thing that I marked was just that DA was congruent to itself because it was in both triangles overlapping, which is the reflexive property. And then from those pieces I was able to say that my triangles QDA and triangle UAD were congruent because of a side-angle-side relationship. And if I have congruent triangles, then I should be able to say that angle DQA is congruent to angle AUD because of CP/CTC. And just to double check, like I always do, I said side angle side, so I need to make sure those things are listed in my proof before I get to the congruent triangles. So side QD and congruent to UA was one pair of sides. Here's a pair of angles that are congruent. Here's another pair of sides. So in fact, it even goes in order. Side, angle, side makes my triangles congruent, so I can grab the pieces I want by CP/CTC.